You know, sometimes fantasy bubbles get popped in the sweetest of ways, almost as if they'd been scripted, like when a fleet of private jets gets frozen to the tarmac before they can leave for a summit on global warming, or when virtually every dam in New South Wales reaches 100% after Tim Flannery, a tin pot climate prophet of doom, said they'd never fill again, or when UK kids were told they'd never see snow again, only to have record blizzards within a few years. Or the example in this video where Mother Nature stepped in to stop an EV mandate vote taking place by cutting the electricity. If you're looking for EV and net zero sanity, you've come to the right place. If you like this kind of content, it'd be great to have you as a subscriber, and don't forget to enable all notifications so you never miss another video. So the US state of Maine was planning on mirroring the radical EV mandates they've got in California, but just prior to the vote, a huge storm swept through, cutting the electricity and forcing the postponement of the meeting to agree the mandate. Before I go on, however, I want to make it absolutely 100% clear that I'm not making light of these terrible floods in Maine, but the irony of the situation is just too delicious to ignore. Maine forced to delay vote on EV mandate amid widespread power outages. A storm like yesterday's would render 80% of cars useless is, to say the least, ill-advised, Democrat Rep. Golden says. A top Maine state environmental agency delayed a highly anticipated vote to approve a sweeping electric vehicle mandate amid a storm that caused widespread power outages. The Maine Board of Environmental Protection, BEP, announced that it had indefinitely postponed the meeting, which was slated for Thursday afternoon until further notice following the storm. Democratic Maine Governor Janet Mills, who has pursued an aggressive green energy agenda, declared a state of emergency this week, an action that closed state government offices. Governor Janet Mills declared a state of civil emergency for 14 Maine counties following a significant wind and rainstorm that has left hundreds of thousands of people without power and has caused significant flooding and infrastructure damage, including to town and state roadways, the Maine BEP said in a statement. In consideration of the challenges facing Maine citizens who may wish to participate in the upcoming board meeting in Augusta, the board is postponing its meeting scheduled for December the 21st, 2023, the statement continued. Bill Hinkle, a spokesperson for BEP, said the agency was actively working on the next steps for the delayed meeting. The devastating rain and windstorm swept across Maine on Monday, killing at least 2 men and leaving more than 400,000 residents without power. The storm forced businesses and schools to close as workers raced to restore power and clear roads. BEP, which is required to prevent, abate and control pollution in the state, voted in late October to approve the Advanced Clear Car program, which would mimic regulations in California mandating that more than 40% of new car purchases in the state be electric by 2027 and 82% be electric by 2032. The agency was expected to finalise that mandate during the meeting on Thursday. The state proposal, though, has faced considerable bipartisan opposition from state lawmakers led by Republicans, but also from Representative Jared Golden, a House Democrat. Golden noted this week that a strong storm would render electric vehicles useless, given their need for reliable electricity generation and supplies. Earlier this year, I submitted testimony in opposition to such a mandate and have taken every opportunity in Congress to vote against policy that amounts to a de facto electric vehicle mandate, he added, forcing Mainers to purchase cars and trucks powered by electricity when our grid is insufficient, charging stations are few and far between, and a storm like yesterday's would render 80% of the cars useless is, to say the least, ill-advised. Even Democrats are starting to realise the idiocy of plans to mandate EVs in such short timeframes. Here in Australia, similar kinds of arguments apply. Just recently, a speech in the Australian Parliament highlighted the concerns of bushfires and other natural disasters when the first thing to go out is the electricity. At least these terrible floods may give lawmakers in Maine some pause for thought and inject just a tiny element of realism into their EV fantasies. Well, that's just about it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you've got any tips or stories, you can hit me up on Instagram or by email. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.